Okay, let us try this out. Oh! Bad day to wear minimal makeup, huh? Hello, citizens of Floreign. I know, I just was on here complaining about how I haven't been updating and then I go and disappear for all of September. But you know, people have birthdays, you figure out a way to visit your friends at school, and then you come back on a bus like one day later barely and are just weeping and weeping. All of that aside, I have a lot of fun things planned for my channel that should be coming up over the next couple months. Hopefully some lookbooks, definitely some hair videos because I just got my hair redone. We have lighting now, which is so exciting. However, today we do have a different sort of topic of conversation, and I'm going to fetch said topic of conversation right now. Be right back. Cole, come on. Cole, come on. Alright, come on. No, come here. Hey. Yeah. Come here. You sit next to me for the whole video now. Interwebs, meet Cole. Say hi, Nugget. Say hi. Say hi. Yeah. This guy is the last remaining of what was 3 dogs that used to live in this house. My first dog, Oz, sadly passed away in 2012. Or 2011 into 2012. And then, I'm out of breath. I should carry him up the stairs. Our middle dog, Waka, lives in Brooklyn now with my older sister. So now, this little dude is the lone wolf. And as you may have already very cleverly gathered from the title, today's video is the furry friend tag. So let's just get started. Well, as I said, this is Cole, C-O-A-L. What do you mean, what kind of pet is it? He's clearly a dog. And as for the breed, he is a Lhasa Apso, the curly-haired kind. Commonly, they're a straight-haired breed. I'll insert a picture somewhere. But we have the curly-haired kind, don't we? Wowies. We've had him 8 years? I think 8 years. 8 or 9 years now. It's so hard to keep track. Because once they get here, it kind of just feels like they've been here forever, you know? Oh, this is a good story. Okay, so originally, when we lived in my old house, he's doing silly things. Come here. Come here. Sit on my lap, doofus. Originally, we lived in a different town from here, and my dad used to work late nights. And he was taking the bus home one night and walking home from the bus stop. And this is like, maybe like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. As he was walking home, this little monster came out of nowhere and started following him. And he was really well trained. He would stop at all of the ends of the block before my dad would cross the street. He would sit down and wait for my dad to cross the street and then follow him. And it was the middle of the night and my dad felt bad. So my dad let him come to our house and sleep in an empty crate that we had. And let him just stay the night because it was so late. And I woke up the next morning and I ran into my sister's room after I saw him and I was like, dude, like, we have a dog downstairs. There's a dog downstairs and he's kind of ugly. And for the longest time we were convinced that he was a grandpa dog. But turns out he was a little baby at the time. We tried to give him away. We tried to do so many things. We walked him all around our neighborhood. But it was weird. It seemed like the owner just didn't want him anymore because he was freshly bathed and he was really well trained and it seemed like he just got out or he was like let out of the house. But yeah, after trying to give him away unsuccessfully, he ended up just sticking around. Now he's shoving his face in my bed. Since he kind of came to us impromptu, we don't actually know his age, but since he was still like oh, don't shove your face in my pillow. What are you doing? Since he was still a baby when we got him, we just say that the amount of time he's been with us is how old he is. So he's about 8 or 9. Okay, where do I even start? The Jalac household is a household of weirdos, okay? He is obsessed with pillows. Like, anytime, he just needs to have his head propped up at all times. My sister just made him a dog bed and even included a pillow on it, and he loves it. He's obsessed with it. when he sits on the couch, he props his head up on the pillow like a human would when he sleeps. For a while, he used to sleep on the steps upstairs, and he would kind of position himself so he would slump his head on the wall as if the wall were a pillow. So he had this like convoluted position. Again, I'll insert a picture somewhere because he's just a weirdo. Also, he's kind of like a cat in that he likes to shove his head down and like roll over. I can't really explain it properly, but if I can get a video of it, I'll include it. He kind of just like rolls around and like nuzzles his head and body against your legs until he flops down on the floor and you eventually just start petting him. Me and this dude, I used to be really close with my old dog, Oz. But since his passing, I got really close with this guy, and since Waka, the middle dog, since he moved out, everyone in the house kind of just like has really latched on to Cole, because we're used to having a lot of pets in the house, so it's weird to just have one. But it means a lot. We like, it's nice. Like right now, for example, I'm home alone, but does it feel like you're home by yourself when you have like a pet around? And they just know when you're like in a bad mood. They're like really comforting, like they can just tell. Plus they're really goofy. I don't know if you can see this right now. I don't think you can. But that's another weird thing he does. He's like a yoga dog. He's a really flexible back. Hands down. Napping. Me and Cole are a pair of mean nappers. We take over this one pink couch that we have in our living room, and he knows. He knows that around like 4 o'clock on days when I can swing it, I'll lie down and I set up the blanket and he runs over and he gallops in, and either he'll like nestle into my stomach or he'll like plop down near my feet, and we snooze. We snooze for a while, and that's definitely my favorite hangout time. This guy has no shortage of nicknames in his life. A lot of us call him Coolidge, or Woolidge, Spoolidge, Snoolidge, Poolidge, Canoolidge. So any variation of Coolidge. Dingus a lot. Stupido, but that's all of it is out of love. What else do I call you? Little man, little boy, little guy, dude or little dude, Mr. Man, smelly, because most of the time he's pretty smelly unless he's right out of the bath. Because you just smell that all the time. Smell that all the time, little dog. Little dog. See, you just forget until you start calling him things. Your big butt. Your big fat butt. And I guess that's it. Sorry if this was like a really wacky video, but I've been wanting to film with this mister for a while. I've been wanting to film with him for a little while, and I thought it'd be nice to just chat with you guys for a second before I start all the videos that are coming up, but I'm really excited to share with you what we have. I'll be back probably with the September favorites next week, and then we'll get started on all the fancy things that I have lined up. Okay? I'm gonna go snuggle with this guy for a little bit longer, but what, Coolidge? We'll see them next week, right? You gonna see them next week? He says no response. Okay, bye! Okay, pose for some thingies, Coolidge. For thumbnail videos. Going. Okay, now you're going crazy. Get out of my room. Dog! Get out of here!